The Peril of Shortcuts. One weekend ago, I experienced something so rare, terrifying, and horrific I can honestly say shook me to my bones. An event that lasted 3 days and transformed me like nothing else had in a very long time. What was this thing I encountered, and where did it come from? Where did it go, and will it come back? Let me acknowledge that I knew this thing existed, and I was very aware of it lurking all around me. At times I could feel it creeping behind me, silently, like a harbinger of doom. Often I sensed its presence in front of me, luring me with its siren call. Behind me, in front of me, within me, it grew. Well, what was this thing, you may ask? It was me. Within me. The abyss, I prefer to label this sinister location. It is a place deep inside, far within all of us. A cold, dark, and very lonely place, nowhere I wish to return to. Yet I know I will eventually. I have been in the abyss a few times. Few enough I can count the times on one hand. Let me tell you how this unfolded and what I learned. I hope this can help you not just avoid or fear the abyss, but prepare for its arrival when it comes calling for you, as it does for all of us sooner or later. After our son Seth passed, I witnessed a similar event. I went straight downhill and was drawn to a very few unhealthy activities. Self-loathing, guilt, and regret were fueled by an unshakable thirst for alcohol. This combination, as you can imagine, wasn't just toxic, it was becoming lethal. On 12/24/17, I decided to stop drinking. I committed to invest heavily in meditation, and I exercised more regularly. My life improved, and I began writing and speaking about our ordeal and challenges. Then, on 6/29/21, my wife of 21 years, Prudence, died. The grief and pain of losing a child was a mountain she couldn't climb. Many can't. I had a number of boxes that had gathered in my living room since she died. I walked by them each day, all day, glancing over at them, wondering what was inside. I knew what was inside, yet, like an alcoholic to a beer, or a moth to a flame, I was drawn in. After 6 weeks of pacing, I decided, late one Friday evening, to pull up a chair, sit down, and start the process of opening the boxes. I was alone, by myself, as both my boys, Ian and Roman, were out for the weekend. I was unprepared. Each box, or as I call them, boxes of doom, held so much happiness, yet was suffocated simultaneously by the stark realization I had lost 2 people I loved so dearly. Pictures I hadn't seen of Seth in elementary school, letters the boys wrote to him while he was incarcerated, with drawings only children could draw, and to top it off, a letter he wrote to me, proclaiming his love for me and all I had done for him. Each second, it got worse. This wasn't a tropical storm or hurricane brewing inside of me. This was an earthquake, so sudden and overwhelming. Not me, huh? I am living undeterred, right? I shut my phone and computer off and didn't turn either back on for 3 days. I invited all the friends in my head to the biggest pity and misery party I've ever thrown. Then I opened the next box of doom. Here I am today. I am better. I am wounded a bit, yet stronger as I advance onward. I survived a massive test of humility and modesty. What did I learn from the ordeal? How could I actually benefit from this and avoid living a life full of fear and worry of when this would occur again? I discovered, after taking time to become more aware, I had taken shortcuts in my process of healing and growing. You see, I skipped two things I had got into the habit of doing daily: meditation and exercise. Sounds so trivial, yet bypassing these two coping mechanisms, it almost killed me. It wasn't the boxes in my living room that were the problem. It was the box on my shoulders. I got lazy and overconfident and learned a very valuable lesson. No shortcuts. Ever. We all develop ways to cope, to give us guidance and support, to keep going, to get us through tough times. In my previous blog, The Living Undeterred Mindset, I discussed the word preparedness. Ironically, soon after this blog was written, I fell to the illusion I had this all under control, all figured out, conquered. It is never conquered, ever. I implore you to see the importance of not only having a plan, but sticking to it. No shortcuts, ever. Live undeterred.